Charlie, come out, play.
In the horror genre, The Gallows is one of the most unique movies that I've ever seen. We've never seen a hangman or the iconography of the rope. We've seen paranormal, we've seen Freddy Krueger, we've seen Chucky. We've never seen that as a villain.
All right, let's nail this, guys.
Coming up with this story about Charlie Grimmel and the Gallows. My wife and I, when we were newlyweds, we were part of this local playhouse, and we're the only real adults in this production. Everyone else was kids. We found out these kids wanted to do a sleepover in this theater, so we got the keys and we went through the back door. We decided to start making little noises here and there.
Reese, can you hear that?
Oh my God!
We scared the crap out of those kids. I told Chris that experience, and he just said, I love it.
And we just started thinking of what's an iconic new villain we haven't seen before, or a new way to haunt someone. And there had been some hangings in my hometown, Beatrice, Nebraska. So we had hangings, we had this high school theater, and that kind of combined to create the Gallows and Charlie, the hangman who is the centerpiece of the show.
Charlie Grimmel. Unbelievably morbid that they still have a picture of him up here.
Oh, August, what shall we do?
Don't worry, Mary, he wants me.
It was 1993. There was a malfunction with the gallows and the trap doors broke, and Charlie Grimmel, he fell through with a noose around his neck and died in front of a live audience.
Charlie's death kind of just reverberated, throughout the town. And Charlie's spirit just never seemed to really leave the theater.
One of the scenes that has remained with us throughout every version of this film is the opening scene. Chris and I had been discussing and preparing this for a year. How are we gonna do this? How are we gonna make it real? And we decided we are not gonna tell the audience that Charlie Grimmel is going to hang. So when we hang him, the audience is gonna think something went wrong in the movie.
3, 2.
Oh, guy.
Once he drops and there's chaos, we'll see how long we can let it go before we have to stop it.
Basically, before we have to tell people not to call 911.
This is the plan. We'll see if it works.
Thank you guys so much for being here for this. It really means a lot to us.
Jeff here is our safety technician. Backstage here is a gallows, which is, as you know, kind of a dangerous device. It's for hanging people. We're not hanging anybody, but Jeff is kind of our safety guy.
So we practice in a fake way with the audience watching, and he takes the noose off and he gets away. And they're gonna think that's how it's supposed to go. Practice that way 3 or 4 times, and then we roll cameras. There was a specific point where our cast knew that Charlie was gonna hang and drop, and that they needed to act surprised and freak the audience out. Now, Chris and I wanted to make sure that our cast on the stage would also be scared. So we were actually gonna hang him much sooner than all the cast expected us to. Things were going along as normal, and halfway through, mid-word, our audience was shocked. They thought that a guy had just died. I mean, some of the faces on these people in the audience was priceless. It was so awesome. It was great.
Oh, what do we have here? What is this thing?
That's the old hangman costume.
In the movie, I really wanted there to be a Charlie motif. I thought of the rope creaking sound from the noose. One of the sounds that worked great for that was an old baseball mitt. That really kind of rugged, leathery sound worked great for the rope sound. And then the gallows, the wood creaking. And then the third motif that I was using was the screams from the audience in the first scene. It's unsettling and it really adds to the tension.
To make this movie feel as real as we wanted it to feel, we told everyone that was involved that this was based on real events that took place in Beatrice. And we had pictures, newspaper articles, we had websites that we had fabricated and all this stuff. So our actors would be like afraid to say the name Charlie.
Charlie Grimmel? Oh no, we don't say his name.
While filming here, there have been a lot of weird things.
The movie was shot in the most haunted location in Fresno.
This is honestly where someone would like drag people and then lock them up for a long time.
This is crazy.
The lights turned off right now. We're screwed.
It truly does feel like there's something else living in that theater.
I'm acting tough. I'm scared. Shit.
After being in there, I'm freaked out.
I hadn't been scared, and they had been telling me all these different stories, being like, gotta do this, gotta do that. And then when they just like turned off all the lights in a far bathroom, they're like, okay, just stay here for like 15 minutes. I think I made it about like 5 minutes. And it's gonna sound like I'm making it up, and I don't know if it's just because it's a faulty building, but one of the faucets turned on, and I turned on the lights, and I started crying, and there was nobody there. And I was freaked out.
Primarily, the weirdest stuff happened on stage. We would be on stage, middle of the night. We filmed at night. We'd hear these loud thuds happen, and these chains that would happen rattling like in the rafters and in the catwalk, and it was just the weirdest thing.
What was that?
I had some pretty weird experiences there in the last thing in that auditorium.
Yeah, I'm not leaving that auditorium at all.
I don't know how nobody else heard it. Like, me and Ryan both heard it at the same time.
It's on the stage.
It's on camera. We have it on camera.
Did you hear like a chain or something? It sounded like metal chain.
It sounded like metal something. I can't tell.
It's things that, as actors, scared us to death being on set.
We were filming a scene where Reese and Ryan are having this argument. And while they're arguing, in one of the takes, this was not something that was supposed to happen. You can see the ropes on the fly rig start to vibrate a little bit. And it gets more and more intense, like during the take. Ryan and Reese didn't even notice it. And we checked the playback of this take that we really liked, and we see the ropes going crazy behind them.
It's a movie.
We all just like blew a gasket. We're like, what the heck is going on right now?
Things you don't see are the things that scare you the most. They terrify me. I don't like not sleeping for a week.
About those strings last night, the ropes.
Intense.
That was crazy.
The scariest scene takes place in the attic because the things that happened in the attic weren't planned, and we still to this day don't know some of the different things that happened, some of the different things that we heard.
Each take, they were going deeper and deeper into the attic, and each time they were going, they really felt a sense of like, I don't think this is a good idea.
How are you feeling right now, Reese?
I don't want to walk down that hallway.
Each take, I was sending them back over and over again. They're like, Chris,
are we done yet?
I really don't want to do this.
Reese.
It stopped.
8 or 9 takes in, and this ended up ultimately being the last take that we did because they just refused to go back. After we watched the videotape, we ourselves understood why. So they're going back, they're going deeper and deeper into this attic, and then you hear this quiet sound. Reese. Go! They started screaming.
They just ran. They booked it.
How'd it go?
We like to give our actors a workout.
Cardio. I was in a dead sprint down that hallway.
The screams were so good from both of them, we ended up ultimately taking that sound and putting it under a different specific scream in the movie.
Yeah.
Because it was so natural and it was so real. And ultimately, I guess, if we're thanking the ghost of Charlie for, well, I probably shouldn't say that.
Be careful on that one.
Go, go, go!